They called him the Raven, not because of any darkness, but because of the quiet way he carried grief, much like how a raven seems to mourn the world with every flutter of its wings. His real name was Aaron. To most, he was a man of few words, cold, distant, and utterly unreachable. But to his mother, he was still the little boy who chased butterflies, his laughter like wind chimes. She was the light in his gray world, her gentle hands, the warm tea she'd make, and the lullabies she hummed long after he'd grown taller than her. When life was cruel and others left, she stayed. Always. But time, the cruelest of all, began to take her away too. The day she fell ill, Aaron's world dimmed. She tried to comfort him with her usual smile. "You've always been my brave boy," she'd say, brushing his hair back. But he wasn't brave, not this time. He spent his days by her side, reading her favorite books, playing her favorite songs. He watched her sleep, terrified that if he looked away, she might slip away between one breath and the next. One morning she woke up, weak but smiling. "Aaron," she whispered, "promise me something." He held her frail hand. "Anything, mother. When I'm gone," she said. "Don't hide from the world. Live, love, fly." He nodded, tears burning his eyes, but he couldn't bring himself to make the promise. That night she was gone. After the funeral, Aaron disappeared for days. When he returned, a small black raven rested on his shoulder, a wounded bird he'd found by her favorite tree. He nursed it back to health, talking to it as if it understood every word. People whispered that he'd gone mad, that the bird was a symbol of his grief. But for Aaron, it was a sign. Each morning, it would perch by the window, its bright, knowing eyes reminding him of the promise he couldn't make but desperately needed to keep. Slowly he began to live again. He started writing, he even laughed. He lived not because he missed her any less, but because he finally understood what she meant. Years later, when the raven grew old and his wings failed, Aaron buried it beneath his mother's favorite tree. He whispered, "I kept your promise, mother." And as the wind rustled the leaves, he swore he heard her voice soft, warm and proud carried on the cry of another raven, flying high overhead.